A bronze ring key, green with patina, presses a crescent into a Roman finger. The wards inside the oak taste the metal and yield. The latch kisses home. The door of a modest domus in Pompeii seals against a noon of ash, heat, and shouts. Inside, a pocket of air that feels like a thought held in the chest. The finger keeps the groove the ring carved, a tender welt that says, "You may enter because I say so." Now leap to Meriden, Connecticut, 1865. A Yale cylinder's pins align. Spring steel snicks up. The plug turns with a compact rotation, quiet as a blink. The sound is the same Roman click, miniaturized and made arrogant by precision. What happened to human life the first time a door could lock from the inside, not to property, but to the shape of the self? Begin before the key. Catalhoyuk, 7.5 millennia ago, walls rise unbroken to the lane. There are no street doors. You climb a ladder, swing over a parapet, descend through the roof. Floors are packed clay, smoke varnishes beams. Privacy is choreography. If you are here, others know you are here. You do not shut the world, you step around it. Skara Brae, Orkney, stones snugged against salt wind. Doorways narrow to a human breadth. Bar holes are cut to receive a timber. No key, but a stop. The threshold learns the word no. Egypt, Middle Kingdom. A carpenter fits a wooden lock face down on a door. Pins drop by gravity into a channel. A key of wood, comically large, like a toothbrush with pegs, slides in to lift those pins. Wood on wood, rasping softly, the bolt slides, granary secure, seal impressed, steward satisfied. The logic travels, Assyrian hands make it smaller, but the grammar remains. Pins must be lifted, passage must be earned. Rome perfects the performance. Warded locks, bronze and iron carved with internal obstacles. Keys shrink to jewelry and ride on hands. A ring key is both access and advertisement. Pompeii's ash will keep armfuls of them, loops sized for knuckles, bits cut to serpentine silhouettes. The domus is a stage set. Atrium, impluvium, tablinum, cubicula. Rooms open in sequence like a sentence in clauses. Security exists, but privacy is still architecture of display. You are seen crossing to get anywhere. North and later, Viking Age graves in Scandinavia give us iron keys at women's waists, the husfru, keeper of storehouse and chest. Authority is worn, access is a badge. In much of medieval Europe, the strong locks bite coffers and armaria more often than bedchambers. The hall remains one room. The solar is privilege, not solitude. Rank, not retreat, governs who can withdraw. Then a change of circulation. Late 16th, 17th century, the corridor appears, a new artery so rooms stop being hallways. Plans from the 1590s draw a straight spine, doors peel off it like ribs. Latch sets are fitted with bolts you can thumb from inside. For the first time, you can be in a room that is not a route and say, with hardware, not yet. The law listens. Semane's case, 1604, the house of everyone is to him as his castle and fortress. The threshold gets a legal nimbus. The knock requires a warrant. A door becomes a line the state must name before it crosses. Precision sharpens the promise. 1778, Robert Barron cuts a double-acting lever. 1784, Joseph Brahma machine security is so fine he dares the world to open it. 1818, Chubb adds a detector that tattles if you try. 1851. Alfred Charles Hobbes picks national pride in public and forces improvement. 1861, 1865, Linus Yale Jr. hardens the old Egyptian dream into a compact brass cylinder with spring pins and a flat, serrated key. Steel and brass tighten, tolerances shrink, keys move from waist and ring to waistcoat and pocket. They stop being costume and become personal. The private page blooms. 18th and 19th centuries, diaries with tinny clasps and little worded locks, the sweet, iron-gall reek of wet ink under a lid that clicks, letter-locking folds and slits that make a message its own envelope. Boarding houses sell a room with a key. You can now buy a door you control. Elsewhere the grammar converges by other means. Islamic and Mediterranean courtyard houses present blank faces to the street. Interior life spills inward beneath mashrabiyah lattice and cool plaster. Edo period Japan slides shoji screens while Tansa chests swallow private effects behind ingenious hasps. Earth, paper, stone, or brass, the same sentence is being written. A controlled threshold composes what can be seen and by whom. Yes, locks protect grain and coin. But more, they manufacture an interior where speech can soften, where writing curdles into confession, where the self rehearses unobserved. The click does something to the body. Privacy is engineered hardware. Not a feeling first, a mechanism first. Pins, levers, and wards, joined to corridors and case law, build the conditions under which an inner voice can find a room. Watch the micro-habits settle in across centuries. Hand to pocket, cold metal warms, shoulder eases, voice drops. The click becomes a ritual cue, a neurological foyer. Repeated enough and solitude becomes repeatable, not accidental. Identity migrates to access. Roman ring keys, Viking household keys, pocket keys of the industrial city, all wearable claims. I decide who crosses. The key stops defending only objects and starts defending a zone of mind. By closing inward, the lock thickens the person who stands behind it. Look at us now. Today's keys are us, passcodes, fingerprints, Face ID. The key moves under the skin. End-to-end encryption is a door with better pins, a brass cylinder translated into math. Smart locks log time, your comings and goings accumulate in a server's memory. The threshold writes a diary of you. Convenience restores a watcher to the doorframe. Bentham's old eye winks from a glossy bezel. Open-plan offices flatten walls. Headphones become portable doors. Remote work rediscovers an old truth. Creativity is a room with a lock and a clock. Diagnosis. We live inside a 4,000-year-old idea with new parts. Every time you touch a knob or glance at a lock screen, you reenact the first Roman click and the Egyptian lift of pins. The question is no longer whether you can be alone, but who is listening to the lock. A palm slides over a phone's little black camera eye. Somewhere, metal moves. Your pulse ticks in your ear as a bolt turns once from the inside. Verdict. The boundary you can control writes the outline of yourself. Mirror. As our keys become our faces and our patterns, the boundary grows powerful and porous at once, liberating in the room, legible at the server. Join the investigation. Bring the story of your first key, the room it opened, the voice it allowed. Test your thresholds. Build better ones together. Legacy question. If every external lock failed open tonight, what door would you build inside your mind by morning, and what would you dare to say there?